Hey guys, the Rick here, bringing you another video. Today's video I'm going to talk to you guys about pretty much my favorite plant. That's going to be Java Fern. Now I've grown a lot of plants before, carpet plants, floating plants, stem plants. But for me, I really like to work with Java Fern. It's just so simple, so easy. I think it's a fantastic, great looking plant. For any of you guys out there who want to get into plants and don't know where to start, you know, you're going to make your job a lot easier if you start with Java Fern. So let's talk a little bit about it. This is one of my older pieces I had for quite a while now. Look at the roots on this thing. Had this for a long time. So this piece right here, this big chunk, you can see, it's called a rhizome. So this piece here is best to not put it in your substrate or your sand or whatever you have. I mean, the roots, you can do that, but it's best that when you want to grow nice and healthy Java Fern, you want to keep this piece here away from the substrate or, you know, gravel or whatever you have. Java Fern grows in many ways. You see me taking a piece here. You can actually, if you want, you can just, like right here, you can just pluck it off or clip it if you want, and that's another plant right there. Another way that Java Fern does grow, I have a nice piece right here. You see right here, it's a little baby plant that grows on this little, you just call it a little mother leaf, and it just grows. And for me, I like to wait until it gets about this height, this length, and all you do is just remove it. Simple as that. Now it has its own root system. It has a little rhizome right here and it has nice leaves, and so right here you have your own plant. Very easy to grow. These guys need low lighting. You don't have to have high lighting on this plant. It's totally up to you. If you have high lighting, chances are it grows shorter. Low light, you know, it might grow a little longer. Now with Java Fern, do you need pressurized CO2? Absolutely not. You do not need pressurized CO2. So if you can't afford it or can't really get one right now, there really is no worry, because these guys will do just fine. They will still grow, still be healthy without pressurized CO2. But if you do have it, it will definitely grow a lot faster. You can also dose like Flourish Excel. I have used that in the past, and it has really worked for me, and it grows really fast. So with Java Fern, one of the best techniques and how to use this and work with it is basically you tie it to a piece of driftwood or a rock. You just tie it like this if you want, you know. And what happens is eventually the roots come out, and it depends though. If you have a smooth driftwood or too smooth of a rock, chances are the roots won't attach to that. It would be better if you get a nice rough type of driftwood or rough rock like lace rock, and that way the root system will attach better, and you know, eventually just stay with that piece, and you can cut off the line if you want. It's totally up to you. The way that I use it and work with it is completely different now compared to back then. Back then I would just tie it to everything, tie it to driftwood, tie it to rocks, you know, whatever. And now none of the Java Fern in my 55 gallon is tied to anything. I guess, I don't know, you change the way you scape or work with it. These days what I just do is I take a piece of Java Fern, you know, you just stick it right between the cracks of rocks and the driftwood. You know, you take out your little baby plant, you want to get that bushy look, keep sticking some more in, make sure it's secure, it doesn't really float, you know, and they'll do fine. They don't need anything else. They get their nutrients from the water, so they will grow just fine like that. And then, you know, you can just add some more in the back, and you got yourself, you know, a nice little scape of rocks and Java Fern. Simple, easy plant. You know, you're just getting started. I would recommend this plant. You know, I've been doing a lot of other plants as well, but I always go back to Java Fern because I just love the way it looks and how easy it is. And beginners will definitely benefit from this plant, and it's one of the few plants that I would say African cichlids really don't like to eat. You know, I've had African cichlids with this plant, with Java Fern, and they really, I think they just don't like the taste of it, you know, but it looks delicious. Alright guys, that's some information on the Java Fern. What I want to know is, what's your thoughts on this plant? Leave it down below. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below as well. Appreciate you guys watching. Take care. Laters.